but there's one man here, and we just can't let the occasion pass by just getting a few words from him. And it's not Brendan Tighe. Brendan thought it was him, but it's not. He has been one person I have admired for so many years, and I think everyone else has. And he has joined us, and we're delighted to have him for the last 2 days, and I think he's with us tomorrow again. We're just going to take you on and put a big round of applause. Could we have Sean Kelly up, please? Sean, again, a big thank you from the board of Cycle Against Suicide for coming on this event. Are you enjoying it?
If I wanted to, I would be here.
Well, you're still here anyway, so you must be enjoying it. What's your idea? What do you think of the event as the way it's been ran and as a fundraiser?
Well, it's a great event. I was really, I suppose, gobsmacked when I got down to the start and the first days, and I didn't expect as many people. I wasn't really informed that much on it. I just thought I had taken it as more of a group getting together and doing a cycle from Mizen to Malin. So yeah, it's definitely really well organised. A great group of people. A lot of ex-champions and Ross winners and Olympians and all of that. And
you would have to say Ross winners, wouldn't you? It's always hectic.
Well,
that one fella never won it.
I was about to say it. But no, I've done a number of charity events over the years since I retired, and yeah, all those events are majorly important, and they're all for a very good cause. And this one, of course, it certainly is. And yeah, it's a lovely event, and everybody is here and making the effort. From the people that are really suffering out there, they're the most important people, because to get those people on the bike, it's just great to see. And there is the fundraising element, of course, which is so important, and just that alone, for people to do that, it takes a lot of effort. Not alone to try do a little bit of biking to get ready for the event, and then all the backroom people that are there that we don't really think about when we're out on the road, and the way we're looked after. But you can go through it all. The guys doing the bags and all the vans following us, the motorbikes. It can go on, and I'll still forget somebody. So yeah, a great event, and it's great that people can get out and get a bit of exercise, do some work for the charity, raise funds, and enjoy yourself as well. That is the big part of it. You can get here in the evening time out on the road. You probably a lot of people have a sore backside and they're using a lot of pseudo cream, but when they finish at night time, you forget all of that, and you're here having a bit of grub and you're having a few drinks, and everybody's enjoying it, and the atmosphere is great here.
Thanks, I just can't let the occasion pass but to ask you on your career. And a lot of people would know, and a lot of people might know, that you're world number one for 9 consecutive years. Is that right?
Not really 9.
Well, well, should tell us the number.
5.5 years. And then we changed the regulation.
I think now he's been fairly. I know probably you've been asked, but a lot of these people would like to know, a standout time or a standout event or something that really stands out in your mind, in your career.
Well, I suppose when you become professional, first of all, that is a big moment, and when you can, I suppose, get noticed, and people want to take you on. And when I was there, it wasn't an easy time, because cycling was a sport which was quite closed, because you had the French and the Belgians, the Italians. They didn't take foreigners that easy, because they had they had their own, and the teams just took their own nationality. So it was difficult, and I was lucky coming up through the ranks here. I had a lot of people that helped me along the way. Right from the beginning, my parents, of course, and then when I joined the cycling club down in Carrick, the people there looking after me, and then within cycling in Ireland, of course, there was a lot of people who were majorly important in the making of my career, and without all those people, and to get me to the level to get into be a professional, that was one of the highlights. And then of course I was probably a bit spoiled because I won so many different sort of races, but one of the things I think people say, well, what would you say you take from your career? And I suppose to come out of the career after so many spills and all of that, in good health, not any major injury, that is an achievement in itself.
I think that speaks for itself. And just on the last topic I'd ask is on mental health. Like when you were preparing, say, for races and you're in your prime, going from race to race and that, to keep your mental health at a sharp, and do you feel that it was a major thing to have? You had to have your head right for every competition. And I think, going back to any sport, I think people have to have their mental health. Would you have felt that back then, or was it a big issue or a talking point then?
No, well, during my career, it was certainly there, and I suppose people were affected with it, and they didn't, as you mentioned earlier, it's something that you didn't talk about, or maybe you didn't know exactly how to put in words, and of more recent and in the latter years, it's coming out more, and that's what we need, and that's what we're all working to strive to to get the people to talk that are suffering. But it was definitely there, and some very good athletes, they did suffer back in my time, and they probably just weren't able to keep on training, and it was they were suffering from mental health problems, and they didn't really talk about it, or didn't know how to talk about it. And we see now it's very much highlighted within cycling, and we see in the professional sport a lot of the riders are suffering, and they take time out, and they take 6 months, but they're able to talk to people. You have the people there to look after, but the athletes also are talking about it, which is what we all need to do, and that is, I think, the medicine to get on top of it. And I think if we can do more of that, and that's what we're here for, to highlight it really. And I think if everybody try and do it just on this event, and talk about it a bit more and talk to people, well then I think that is that's a victory in itself.
And we leave it at that again. Thank you very much. Can you give Sean a big round of applause? Okay, I think we'll wrap it up at that, but I think everyone knows what the message is. Don't be afraid to talk. People will listen. No one is going to judge you on what has happened or what you've gone through. Because I went through that, I know what it's like, and when I spoke, it was like lancing a boil. The boil was never going to get better until I lanced it, and by lancing it was by talking. So again, I leave you with, it's okay not to feel okay, and it's absolutely okay to ask for help. Good night, and enjoy the rest of the night. Thank you.